So yesterday, y'all, while I was working, I picked up a young man he said he was 15 years old. And I noticed that while he was on his way over to me, while I was picking him up, that he was walking he had like a little limp, and he also had a huge scar on his head. And so he got in the car, and I asked him, how to get that scar and stuff like that. We started talking first, and then he told me how he got it. He said that he was sitting in a car with a group of friends, and he was the only one that had got shot in his head. Shots rang out. He said that's all he remembered, and he woke up and he was in the hospital. And so out of all the people that were in the car with him, a group of friends, he was the only one that got shot. He got shot in his head, and he's still alive. And it reminded me of my story. When I was 8 years old, I was in third grade. I was 8 years old, and I got into a terrible car accident. My grandmother was driving, my sister was in the passenger seat, and I was sitting behind the driver. And our brakes went out in our car. And so we were getting off the expressway, and she's like, "Oh my God, the brakes won't work." And I remember her saying, we're gonna hit. And the impact was right on my side of the car, because our light just happened to be red and their light was green, the other traffic. And it hit on my side since I was sitting behind the driver. And it hit us so hard that the people around said that we did circles before we flew down the opposite expressway. And so when we stopped, my sister was screaming, and I'm like, why is she screaming? And she was calling my name. She calls me Nini, and she was like, Nini, no, Nini, no. And I looked down at my shirt. I had a white blouse on, and there was blood coming from somewhere. I did not know where, but there was blood just like dripping out like a waterfall. And now that I'm older and I'm more seasoned in terms of spiritual warfare and who Satan is, I know that when you are called and when you are a chosen one, Satan is not going to give you a slap on the wrist. He's not going to pull a rug out from under you. He's not going to knock you over a little bit. He's going to try to unalive you. I was 8 years old when he tried to unalive me. That young boy that I spoke with was, he's 15 now. He said it was a year ago. So he was 14 when he was sitting in the car with a group of friends, got shot in the head. The only person that got touched. I told him, I said, you have a calling on your life. And I don't know if he still remembers what I said. It probably went ear and went out the other, the way this generation is. But I told him anyways. I know that's my job as a disciple of God, to tell him anyways. And I told him, I said, you have a calling on your life. There is no way you should still be alive and talking and walking and functioning. You got shot in your head and you lived. You have a calling on your life, and Satan is trying to take you out. And I said, don't ever forget that. And he told me that he wouldn't forget that. And so, I hope this message gets to somebody out there who thinks that it is over with for them because these trials and tribulations happen. But trials lead to testimonies. And understand that if you keep on experiencing things like this in your life, it is because you are called to the ministry in some type of way. You have a greater purpose over your life that God wants to bring up out of you. It's already in you, but it's up to you to figure out and find out what it is. Now, God will never give you a huge task and not help you with it. He'll give you the huge task, but he's not going to leave you to fend for yourself. That's one thing about the Lord. He will not give you something humongous and then just leave you destitute. He's already left you with something long before you were born, and that's his word. He will show you how to fight. Put on the whole armor of God so that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. He gives you all the necessary tools that you need right there in the word. And then also along the way, as you are navigating through life, he will give you dreams and visions, and people will speak to you, and he will speak to you through nature. Whatever way he needs to help you navigate, he will always guide your feet. As long as you are seeking him diligently, he will always guide you. So I just want somebody out there to know that the bad things that happen to you they're not just coincidences. They are Satan attacking you. He is attacking you from the spiritual realm. He is attacking you in the physical world because he has to get you out of here. There's something that you're going to do that is going to tear his head up, and he has to unalive you to do it. He doesn't want to hurt you a little bit. He wants to unalive you all the way. So stay prayed up, stay in your word, and always, always remember to call on God when you are going through it and when you're not. Okay? Peace, y'all.